we are at the Funda UJabule, which is a school of the University of Johannesburg at the Soweto campus of the university. We have gathered to launch the Funda UJabule Makerspace, which is really an amazing facility for our students, our learners to learn, coding, robotics, they can make whatever they can imagine. I saw the work that they're doing, which is just amazing. For us, really is an opportunity to show, a different way of learning. And we hope that our education students that use this facility, when they graduate, they will take whatever they've learned here to other schools where they will be employed. And with this project, we are saying 4IR doesn't only start, later when one is at university. We should start early on with, our young minds, like our grade 7s that I saw today, with amazing robots that lift things and do amazing things. That when I was a pupil, these are things that I would have never even dreamed of. So really, it's a wonderful day.
So tinkering and making is about combining your hands and your mind and your heart. So why am I saying this? While you are making stuff or tinkering, changing stuff, you need to think carefully about why are you doing certain things in a certain way, but you're also using your hands simultaneously to make your thinking explicit. And because it's fun, you're also involving your heart. And that's what we want in education. Education that involves the thinking and the whole person.
This space, it's going to evolve the teaching way. In a simple way, it brings in how to plan to the child. Then in that regard, from the classroom, is basically now we're talking innovation. All that they've learned, it has to be taken to a class. Then that means the mindset of a child is different from how the education system has been set up. Now it has to go through certain channels and build a better education system in that regard.
Now this is an example of how a school serves both students and in a teaching practice setup, but also children who are in a school setup. Ideally, all schools should have spaces like this so that we teach our students. They go into school, they'll be going into 200, 300 schools when they graduate. They can think about, when they go into these schools, how can I utilize this? And you don't need all expensive robotic kits. You will see with the youngsters, they're using paper, they're using glue, they're using ordinary scissors in combination with the nice Lego blocks and the robotics kits. So it's also about using things that are freely available.
The benefits of incorporating making and tinkering in teaching and learning for the children is that, previously the traditional way of teaching is, okay, so the teacher stands in front of the class, okay class, take out your textbook, go to page so and so, then we are learning this. And when all of that is done from the textbook, then we say, oh, we have taught and the lesson is done, they must go and do the activity. When you bring in making and tinkering, the teacher talks less. In fact, the teacher becomes a facilitator of learning. Children themselves will discover learning. So yes, I can decide that maybe I'm teaching mathematics, I want them to learn about measurement, for example. I can bring them to the makerspace, they can be involved with robotics or other things and measure how far they want these things to go. And if it doesn't go like that, then they will remeasure and so on. So without me telling them, measure this, do it like that, do it like that, they must figure out how to solve their own problem. And in that problem solving, they are able to think. And in that thinking, then they are learning. But as a teacher, of course, I will have to guide their attention and engagement into what it is that I want them to learn. So that is one of the benefits, the many, many benefits of using making to teach learners. Another benefit is, yesterday I brought some of the learners, grade 3 learners. They walked in, one of them said, oh, this is the best day of my life, just without touching anything. Afterwards, they reflected that what they liked most was they are free to make anything with everything. But at the end of the day, they are learning something. So that is how we can use making and tinkering as a pedagogy to transform the way that we teach.
The University of Johannesburg, the future reimagined.